Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Charlie Bravo here, and I am the Gear Freak. So today we're going to take a look at this. This is the TLR-4 from Streamlight. Now before we get into the specs and we get into all the the drawbacks and the positives and things like that, I want to talk about why you would use something like this. This is a light laser combination. The light, most people can understand that. You're working in possibly a low light environment for home defense or self-defense. You want a light. You need to identify your threat. Why would you want a laser? A lot of people kind of question that. There was a time where laser, that was the latest and greatest and coolest thing, but really it's kind of fallen out of favor a little bit. So why would you want to use that? Well, one of the things that I notice with our students when we're going through the shoot house, our CQC training, our close quarters combat training, I notice a lot of people will look over their sights. They're not looking through their sights. They're not concentrating on that front sight post because there's a threat there. They're looking at the threat instead. And let's be honest. Home defense is a lot like CQC, except for it's a one-man show. You're the only one there. You're a one-man SWAT team trying to clear your home, and that high stress is still there. Somebody kicks in your door 2 o'clock in the morning, your adrenaline's pumping, you're waking up out of a groggy sleep, it's dark, you're disoriented, you're trying to clear your house, trying to keep your family safe. It's hard to concentrate sometimes. It's hard, you tend to lose about half your IQ points. You revert back to your lowest level of training, whatever that might be, and looking over your sights does happen. I wish I could say that you'll never do that, but chances are you will. If you are like a typical person, if you train like a typical person does, which tends to not be very much, you're probably going to look over your sights. A laser helps. It gives you a visual reference on your threat to give you an idea of what your point of impact is going to be. Okay, so now let's talk about the TLR-4 specifically. This is 150 lumens and it has a red laser. It is approximately 3 ounces, a little bit less than 3 ounces, so it is giving you a little bit of weight on the front of your firearm, holding the muzzle down a little bit. Obviously, that's not what it's made for, but it is an added benefit. So it has one battery. It is a CR2 battery, and with that battery, you get about an hour and a half of runtime with the flashlight or with the light laser both on. And if you're just using the laser, you get about 11 hours out of that battery. Obviously, that's going to depend on the battery, how old it is, the storage temperature, lots of things, lots of factors come into play. Now, the price on it, about $115 to $130, depending on where you're looking. And if you do a little shopping around, you can find it for probably about the $115 range. So let's talk about some of the drawbacks real quick, and then we're going to get into the positives. The laser, pretty much useless in the bright sunlight, okay? So outside, bright day, not very useful. It's really hard to see. Even, at that handgun range, it's pretty hard to see that laser. Even in your home, if it's bright, sunny day and you have that, south-facing window in the afternoon or something like that, it's going to be difficult to see that laser. Now, for the most part in your home, it should be okay. In my house, it's pretty decent. At nighttime, it shouldn't be any problem at all. Now, the other drawback that I've noticed really, and it's a big one if you ask me, is finding a holster for it. Now, that's not Streamlight's fault. It's no problem with the light itself, but there's really not a lot available out there. There's not a lot of companies making even Kydex holsters for a weapon with a TLR-4 mounted to it. You might have to have something custom made. You may have to send your light off to somebody and have them mold you something special. Special order or something like that. Now, as far as the positives go, I think the light is decently bright enough. I think it's bright enough for your home. 150 lumens. It's not so bright that it's blinding yourself, especially in your home where you have a lot of reflective surfaces. You may not think about it, but the walls are reflecting light. You're getting a lot of splash, and 150 lumens I think is bright enough for your home. Now, you're talking outside. I think you're going to want something brighter. Now your backyard, I think 150 lumens will probably be okay, depending on how large your backyard is, obviously, and how much vegetation you have. But I think it's okay for in the home. The laser, I think, is pretty good for in the home as well. I think the best positive that this thing has is the price. Now, I know a lot of people, they have a problem with anything over $100, but you do some research, find a light laser combination that is, less than this one. It may not be as reputable a company. Streamlight, pretty well known for lights, lasers, that sort of thing. So I think you're getting your money's worth at $115 to $130. So again, this is the TLR-4 from Streamlight. As always, I will leave a link down below for you guys to check that out. If you guys enjoyed this video, it is always appreciated when you like and share. And if you have any comments, if you own this light laser combination, I would love to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of it? And have you found a holster for it and where? I would love to hear from you guys. Leave it down in the comment section. And if you are not a subscriber and you want to see more videos like this, you like the Gear Freak, find that subscriber down below, give it a big old click, and then come back next Thursday morning for another Gear Freak. And be sure to stop in on Saturday for the Saturday Sit Rep. Now, remember, your mind, that is your most important weapon, and it's vital to be armed with information. Until next time, take care and be safe. Charlie Bravo out.